Good afternoon, Yarny friends. It's Jamie here with Redbird Stitches. I just wanted to say hello, and I hope everybody's having a perfect Tuesday. I've been a little busy. Last week, I was able to, I had my student for 3 days, so that was fantastic. We got to make bookmarks, and she did really well. So I was excited because it gave me a chance to practice teaching. You know, it's a whole different story being on the other side of the hook trying to teach somebody. But she had a little bit of yarny knowledge, so that worked out well. It helped me, you know, when you're trying to teach somebody, so it worked out really good. So I was excited. She liked the project that she was making, and she's looking forward to some additional classes in the future. So win-win for me, and maybe I'll get another student out of it. You never know. So today I want to share a couple of my things that I made this past week, and just see how you guys are doing. So because I was teaching in the library, I had a chance to look around in the library, and I found a really good book that I want to share with you guys. I know the glare is bad. Okay, there's better. It's Murder Wears Mittens. I've only heard of the books that it's a Seaside Knitter Society mystery. So I'm looking forward to this. And the author is, hold on, because the sticker from the library is over it. So it's Sally Goldenbaum. It's Goldenbaum. Sally Goldenbaum. So if anybody's read her books, I would love to hear what you thought of it. So I'm excited to go ahead and dig into this book. I think it sounds like a really fun book. So it says some of the reviews says a beautifully written mystery full of warmth and surprises. It was utterly charmed by the seaside knitters and their cozy community. Add a cup of tea, a roaring fire, and you've got a perfect cozy evening. So this sounds like it's right up my alley. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get a good book to read. So that was good. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you guys do project journaling type thing. So I think I've showed you this before. It's a little notebook I got at Hobby Lobby. It has, you know, some yarn information in it, different gauges, and, you know, what hooks to use and things like that. And then it has like a project summary page. Sorry. And you put the title of the project, the yarn you used, the weight of the yarn, the hook you used, the pattern name, the fiber that you're using as well, and some notes at the bottom. So I decided, because I've made that, I love it, it's beautiful, even though it's a tad big. I made that cardigan, and I made also another wearable, the poncho that I made. It's the lightning feather poncho. I went in and I wrote both of my journals down for those two projects, because I am going to remake the lightning feather poncho, and I wanted to put down some of the challenges that I had and why I feel it led to a larger size. And I did the same thing with the cardigan, because I mean, I was using a worsted weight yarn. I wasn't able to reorder actually I started with a DK weight. I apologize. A DK weight yarn. I wasn't able to get any more DK weights. Then I had to order worsted weight. Then I had to change the hook size. So there was a lot of fluid that was happening with this sweater. I mean, it turned out the best it probably ever could with all the different scenarios that were going on with it. So I wrote all of it down, just because when I revisit making a cardigan, I want to really be able to pay attention to, you know, think things through, make sure at the beginning I have enough yarn. I thought I had enough yarn. Turns out I didn't. So just things like that to help me do a better job in the future. And I had one of you commented in the comments to look for, because I had asked if anybody has any, tips or tricks. You had mentioned to go ahead and find a pattern that comes in a little bit more on the sides, that's more curved. And I thought, that's a fantastic piece of information for me, because I tend to look at the pattern, oh, I like how it looks on the person, or oh, I like the stitches, because there's, it has different, this one has like, clusters and some open areas. So it's, a little bit lacy stitch and then some regular stitches. So I tend to look at those things, and I really need to start looking at how the project is made, what features it has, like does it come in on the sides, is it shorter in the arms, because those are things that affected the outcome of this project. So I just wanted to show you what I do, what I started doing. Actually, I've been writing my projects down, but I hadn't been writing the things that have gone wrong. So that's a little update on how I'm gonna try and keep track of that. And then, so I showed you my big swatch of knitting that I did. It's this big piece here. I think I showed it to you last time. It's really super stretchy and snuggly. I made it, I'm gonna give it to the cats so they can have it in their basket, because I'm sure they'll love that. But I couldn't remember if I showed you or not. But I also made my first real knit project. And it's a washcloth. It's a little bit wonky, but I think I did okay. I mean, it's just a washcloth. And it was, you start at the corner and you work corner to corner. So you're increasing all the way up to, you have it the width that you want. And then as you go, you start decreasing. And when you do that, the actual stitches to increase and decrease, it makes these little eyelet holes. And some of mine are a little bigger than others. So, we're still working on tension. And in the spacing, because see here, I've got like 2 in the, it's okay. It's just a washcloth. It's my first real project. So anyway, but that was interesting how I did not know that the increases and decreases can make the little perimeter eyelet holes, I guess is what you could call them. So I was really excited about that. I was like, yay! I worked on it on Friday afternoon. I started the project, and then I worked on it on Saturday, and did some errands with my husband. So I was working on it in the car, and then Sunday I finished it up Sunday evening. So I was excited about that. It was change, a total different. I could tell in my hands, there was some new muscle movement, even though it was repetitive. I could tell in my hands that there was definitely something going on. So Monday when I woke up, my hand was very sore. And so I thought, I'm gonna give it a break today. So I wore a brace on it, just to kind of like calm things down a little bit, and rubbed it down with some ointment too for pain. But I got through it. So last night I started working. I love making the baskets. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. Pardon me. And so I've been wanting to use up some of my yarn that it's kind of like fall colors and some oranges and browns and whatnot. So I made this basket. I started with the lighter colors and worked my way up. And then I put a little bit of the furry stuff around the rim. So that's a really nice, it came out really nice. I like it. It's a good size basket. And so yeah, I was pleased. I used up all my bright orange, so that was good. I have a little bit of, you can see the velvet in there right down like in the middle section. and the lighter colors. So yeah, I was glad to make that up. And I'm not sure, I don't know if I'll probably put it on my Etsy store this, this fall. I'm not gonna do it now because it's kind of like winter colors. So I used 4 strands of yarn together, and they were, excuse me, size 4. That was the weight of the yarn. And then I used a 10 millimeter acrylic hook. This hook is by Omi. And I like this hook. I love the sparkles in it, of course, but I like the inline head on it, as well as the weight is good. So I worked on this last night predominantly, and then this afternoon I just went ahead and did I had some of the brown furry yarn that I had gotten at the yarn show I went to in January. This is the color I use. It's called Chestnut, and it's by Modia Zing. Not sure about that. It's made in Greenville, South Carolina. You're supposed to use a number 4 hook with it, 87 yards, and it's a number 3, which I would consider it much smaller than a 3. And I did this doubled. I pulled from the center and the outside to make a difference around the perimeter of the basket. So anyway, so that was a little project I worked on yesterday after my hand kind of calmed down a little bit. So since my big project is done, my big cardigan sweater, I've been wanting to start another project. And so I think it's time, I'm gonna try, I think it's time to start my sock kit from Premier Yarns. I'm going to do the crochet, because you can either, it has the stuff in here to knit or crochet. I am not ready to knit. So, and I've never made a sock before. I've made slippers, but I've never made the heel portion, I've never done the construction of an actual sock. So I'm gonna get started on that. I think that's gonna be my next project. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I took my mom to the airport today for her trip to Brussels and Amsterdam and Bruges. And I said to her, she's like, well, what do you want me to bring you back? And I'm like, Mom, what do you think I want you to bring me back? Yarn, please, yarn. So I told her, I said that she's going to the Keukenhof, and that is a giant flower show in the Netherlands. I think it's outside Amsterdam. I'm not exactly sure what city it's in, but it's the Tulip Festival. And so I was like, if you go to a yarn store in the area and they have a yarn that's been dyed just for the Tulip Festival, like that would be amazing. So, and I said, and if you don't find something that's specially, dyed for the festival, I will take any spring colors you can find me, Mom. So, and yarn is not heavy to bring home unless you're bringing a ton of it home, which you won't be. So I really wanted to go with her. I really, really wanted to go with her, but maybe next time. She and her sister went, so that's good. They needed some fun times, after the fall was a little tough on them. So the spring spring is just hopeful, it's a hopeful time of the year. Everything's new and fresh and, new life, new flowers. So, and they're also going to go and meet a cousin that is from France it was their mom's cousin. And so it's their second cousin. So they're looking forward to meeting her for the first time. We've only met over the internet. So I can't wait to see pictures of them all together. I think that's just a fantastic life moment, right? So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I don't want to take up a ton of your time, but I just wanted to pop on here and show you what I've been up to and say hello to everybody. So if you get a moment and you want to stop by my Etsy store, it's Redbird Stitches. It'll be in the description portion of this video, as well as my Instagram. If you want to come over and follow me or say hi, I would love to hear from you. And again, thank you so much for, if you're a current subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again to see me. And if you're a new subscriber, again, thank you so much for spending some time. I know time is, you know, a rare commodity in everybody's life. Everybody's busy and whatnot, but I do appreciate you coming by. So again, my name is Jamie, and I will talk to you soon. Everybody stay safe, enjoy your families, take some time to do some of your beautiful projects. Share your projects with me. You're welcome to post in the community section. I would love to see what you're working on. So, and I'll send some project updates as my socks become a sock, maybe, hopefully. So anyway, you guys take care. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.